welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about my 6 through 10 weeks update on my pregnancy with my third child and my second pregnancy. So first I'm going to go over some symptoms. From 6 to 10 weeks, not a whole lot has changed. I had some small cramps at about 6 and 7 weeks, and then it kind of stopped from there. The whole time I've had a very stuffy nose, and that's just because of all the extra blood flowing for the baby. So it makes wearing those face masks anytime I have to go to groceries or anything like that really difficult, because you can't breathe through your nose and then you've got a mask over your mouth and you're breathing in your mask, and it just makes me feel like I'm suffocating. So I don't get to go out. I've also been feeling bloated during weeks 6 through 8, and I haven't really since then. I've kind of learned that I need to take smaller portions of food. Even though I feel like I'm hungry and starving right now, I only need small portions because my stomach is getting pushed up. I've also been experiencing some headaches around 6 weeks, and then it goes on and off, and I think a lot of it has to do with my hormones changing for the pregnancy. And lately I think it's also part of me not eating right away. I start to feel a little queasy, not nauseous, but just feel gross if I don't eat right away and I'm hungry right now. And then I think I'm starting to get the headaches also with that. So trying to have small snacks around, eat a tiny granola bar as I'm cooking my lunch, kind of thing. Fatigue. I had fatigue more around weeks 6 and 7, and then 8 and 9, I just kind of was more not motivated to do anything. I just wanted to sit and do nothing. And that's very not like me. I am a person who constantly likes to be kept busy. I mean, I add my own stress because I put so much on me, but I like to keep busy. But during those 2 weeks, I just did not want to do anything. I didn't have the fatigue like I did with the twins' pregnancy. But then again, when I was pregnant with the twins, I was working a full-time job that was very stressful as well. So working that all day and then coming home, I was just ready to go to sleep. Whereas here, this pregnancy, I am home and I am running a small business and raising 2 toddlers. I'm still not as exhausted as I was with the twins. And lately, I don't really feel that fatigue anymore. And so I think it kind of started changing after about week 8. The hunger. So when I found out I was pregnant, which I was about 4 weeks pregnant, from 4 to about 8 weeks, I was just constantly hungry all the time. And it was annoying because I've been dieting for a year and a half, and I'm hungry and I gotta eat food right now, but then I'm also oh my god, I'm gonna gain so much weight. And it is really hard for me to get past that mindset that I need to eat and it's okay. I'm okay now, but I did gain some weight. I've gained about 8 pounds since my last doctor's appointment at my 10-week. She said I gained 8 pounds, and since then I just kind of stopped looking at the scale because it just puts too much stress on me. And I think a lot of it had to do is that the diet I was just doing before I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't eating a whole lot of food. I was eating my calories at a 4-hour increment 1 time a day, and I was used to it and I was totally fine. But then when I was pregnant, I was I was hungry all the time. So I think that those weeks that I was just so hungry all the time, it was just getting my body back into a norm of needing to eat frequently in smaller portions. And now I don't feel like I'm starving all the time, or I don't feel like I'm hungry all the time. So I think that's all. My weight gain is from that, plus all the water I've been drinking. Let's see, another, constantly in the bathroom with all the water you're drinking. You're gotta go all the time. I think I get up about 2-3 times a night in the middle of the night. I've gotten really good at walking blind and feeling my way through the halls to the bathroom. And then also first trimester, I got constipation. It's because of that progesterone hormone. So that's fun. And then about week 8, I got a little bit of acne. And I think that mostly had to do with A, all the fun hormones, and B, the weather here started getting more humid and it got a lot hotter. So it went from like 60s, 70s all the way up to like 90s, 80s and 90s. And I think my body was just like, whoa. So it only was for that week. And since then, I don't really have the acne anymore. A fun thing is that around 7 weeks, I noticed that I don't really have much hair coming out anymore. Like I'm not shedding as much hair, which I love. I have a lot of thick hair, and so I normally shed a lot of hair, and I don't like hair. But during pregnancy, I don't lose any hair, and I love that. When it comes to postpartum, 2 months after, I don't even want to think about it. It's gross. So I have my hair. And one more thing I also noticed for a new symptom is around 7 weeks, I started to notice that like carpal tunnel in my left wrist when I'm sleeping. I have to like move my hand around to get circulation in it again. And I started experiencing that a little bit during my postpartum with the twins. I remember like I'd be nursing them and my left arm would just be completely dead asleep, and I really don't like it. I've had carpal tunnel surgery on my right wrist, and I wish I got it done on my left as well, but now I'm just kind of have to deal with it because I can't imagine just having one hand with 3 kids. So it's just only when I'm sleeping a little bit. It's not all the time. I've learned to have to move it around a little bit. So those are my major symptoms with those pregnancies. Not much has changed since then. They just kind of like stayed right there. A lot of it I just kind of like, because I don't experience morning sickness, and I'm very grateful for that. So sometimes I just forget that I actually am pregnant. To like remind myself, and it's like, whoa, it's crazy. There's another one coming. Oh my. But I am very excited, and it seems to be kind of going by a little bit faster just because you're constantly busy with twins. So I don't notice, like I will like think back and like, oh my goodness, I'm technically this many weeks along. Wow. So it is going by a lot faster with my second pregnancy than it was with my first. A couple other things. I'm still technically in my regular clothes. My waist hasn't changed or anything, so I'm still being able to wear the same pants. And so I don't wear jeans because I was losing all that weight, and it was in between sizes, and so I just wear leggings and shorts, especially since it's summer. And so I'm still able to wear those, and because I've lost so much weight, I've got a range of clothing. So I don't really need my maternity clothes right away, and I mean, I am getting pretty close to needing maternity shirts, just so, because my belly is getting a little bit bigger from the baby. The baby, for size comparisons, around 7 weeks the baby was compared to the size of a blueberry, 8 weeks was a raspberry, 9 weeks a green olive, and 10 weeks a prune. A prune, which is about 1.25 inches, I think, is how big the baby is. The baby is now looking more like a regular baby, not like a little alien. I'm still having a hard time that we don't get to see the baby every doctor's appointment. I feel like those ultrasounds make it feel more realistic that you have a baby in there. We did have our 10-week doctor's appointment. We listened to the baby's heartbeat with a Doppler. We had a student with our doctor, and she was trying to find the heartbeat, and she couldn't find it very easily. She wasn't also pressing very hard. So my doctor found it right away, and the baby's heartbeat was 155, which is perfectly healthy for 10 weeks. And I got Jareth to be able to record a little bit of it so we could listen to the heartbeat whenever I'm kind of a little anxious, just need some reassurance or something like that, that baby's doing really well. Everything at the doctor's checked out perfectly good. My doctor said I've gained about 8 pounds. She said I only need to gain about 25, 30 pounds because I'm super short. And that's also a regular pregnancy weight gain usually. Something she did say is that around 16 weeks, she's going to want me to start taking baby aspirin to help lower my chances of preeclampsia. Since I had very high blood pressure the last 2 weeks of my first pregnancy, and that was the result of my twins needing to be born early, that my chances of having preeclampsia is more than those who didn't have twins and didn't have high blood pressure during their pregnancy. So it's just a precaution, and I'll start taking that at 16 weeks. And then our next doctor's appointment will be at 14 weeks. It's just going to be the regular checkup, and then the one after that, so that'll be about 18, 19 weeks, is when we get to do the big ultrasound, and we get to see the baby's measurements. We get to see the baby. And we also get to find out the gender of the baby. Jareth and I decided not to do any genetic testing because we would do that at this 10 weeks. Because we did it with the twins, and they were perfectly normal. And it's not a necessary test, and our insurance doesn't really cover unnecessary tests, so it'd be coming out of our pocket. If the doctor felt like she saw something that was concerning, then we most definitely would have, but everything checked out fine, and so we decided not to do the genetic testing this round. So other things that have happened from week 6 through 10, I did finally get to tell my parents, and we've then since then told some more family members. And what I did is my mother's birthday was coming up, and that's why I waited so long to tell her. It's because I wanted to tell her through her birthday present. And so what I did for her birthday present is my husband and I made this big sign, something about grandchildren, and then there's little plaques underneath that have all the grandchildren's first and middle names and their birthdays. And then at the very bottom, I put Baby Watson, January 21st, 21. So that's how she found out that we were pregnant. And then we told the rest of my siblings, and we've been telling grandparents. We will be announcing the baby announcement hopefully soon. I am currently 12 weeks. I'll be 13 weeks in a couple days. We've just been so busy. I've been busy with this flea market for Little Missy Moo Boutique, and that's the only reason why we've been waiting so long. At this point, for how busy we are, I'm hoping we get it done before the gender reveal. Another thing, with pregnancy, usually you have cravings or weird food aversions or smells and stuff like that. So for me, smells, my nose is stuffed up all the time, so I can't really smell that well. I couldn't handle my essential oils very well for the first couple weeks. They were just like extremely strong to me, and it just did not sit well. Now I can handle my essential oils a little bit better. I still dilute them a little bit just to slowly get back into them. And then for cravings or food aversions, when I was pregnant with the twins, I could not eat hamburger. And I don't know when that started. It was just like overnight, all of a sudden I could not stand hamburger. This pregnancy, I don't have any food aversions. I think the closest is maybe fish sticks, and maybe it's just I'm not too concerned about not eating fish sticks. Food cravings, I don't think there's anything weird or like unusual versus from when I wasn't pregnant. Some of the kind of cravings that I've had was I like mustard. Like I crave to have mustard on my sandwiches, like yellow mustard. So maybe that's my like major craving. Ice cream. I always want ice cream. Frozen hot chocolate was kind of one, just because I went from drinking coffee every morning to not drinking coffee. So I just like I crave something different than water. The newest sort of craving is chicken pot pie. I really love chicken pot pie. And of course, my husband. I say I want chicken pot pie. I was totally okay with those frozen ones just to have for lunch. No. If I want chicken pot pie, I guess my husband decided we're going to have fresh, homemade chicken pot pie. So he had fun making this really good chicken pot pie. And of course, there was no leftovers. And I'm the one who was craving, so there's got to be leftovers. So, I mean, it was really good. But now he's up to standards, and it was not very safe to do around pregnant women. But that's about it for cravings. That's about it for my 6 to 10 week update. I am trying to do these about after every doctor's appointment, just because that's where there's actually something to announce. And if I have any other different symptoms. Like I said, I am currently 12 weeks, almost 13 weeks, so I am behind. Like I said, I was super busy. So there are a few new things that I will put in the new video, and then of course, and then I will put in what the doctor says after our 14-week baby update. So I hope you guys stick along for this pregnancy, and I hope to see you guys soon. You guys have a great day. Bye.